I'm going to build up the evasive drills I've been working the last couple of weeks. So it's going to start very simple. All it is, my partner is going to walk towards me. And my aim is to move out of the way and maybe bring my hands into play. It's going to turn, maybe come towards me again. I'm going to move away again. All right? Again, from here, I might just move away quickly like such. Something like that, okay? Try not to let him get too close, so you look like that. Try and maintain a bit of distance. You can react a bit sooner. You might move away from here like that. All right, just a basic walk-to drill. Right, so we're going to start where most self-defense schools don't, right? And that is the important lesson of protecting personal space. It is the key lesson that you need to understand. It's something that is forgotten over time, right? If you look at how kids work, they understand personal space. And when another kid irritates that other kid, what do? They verbalize it quite quick and they push away, right? Because that's how they understand how to communicate at that particular moment in time. And what happens over time is you condition them. You tell your kids, don't do that. There's ways of speaking and verbalizing with each other, which means you don't go hands-on. And that lesson kind of stays with you, and then society molds you. So it says the way to deal with people is you don't hit them. That's fine, and most of society operates that. But when you're dealing with somebody who has maybe bad intent, or is just an unknown subject, and they're coming towards you, then the most precious thing that you have is personal space. And personal space, protecting it, starts with two main triggers, right? It starts on an emotional level, and it starts on the physical level, right? And most often, the physical element is covered, but not the emotional. What do I mean by emotional? The first thing you go through when somebody approaches you and you're not too sure about is you feel something, right? You feel that, I don't know this person, it might make you feel a bit unnerved about it, right? Men, not so much. Men are slow to the boil. Right? Women instinctively feel just yucky about a particular person, right? But men are just like quite comfortable, going, oh, what am I? Yeah. And then going, oh, you're a bit of a twat, are you? And then it goes into that. So it should start on an emotional level. So that's your emotional trigger. I don't know this person and I feel uncomfortable about them. Then there's the physical trigger, right? The physical trigger being they're getting too close. I'm perceiving the distance is closing to me, and therefore that is adding to the emotional trigger to it. Does that make sense so far? Right, so that's why you've got to get your head on. So what you need to do is set rules and set boundaries, right? Because once you have the boundaries in, then you start to appreciate your self-worth. What do I mean by self-worth? I don't mean like I'm brilliant and I think I'm amazing. I mean, it gets washed out of you that you should feel good about yourself, and that anyone who wants to spend time with you really has to earn your respect to do it, and also has to earn the respect to get close to you. So to help people understand this, I say, imagine a bullseye target, an archery bullseye target. Can you picture that? You take that and you double it. I see you're holding a big fucking sheet of paper now. Now throw it on the floor, right? Now visualize that on the floor and step on the bullseye. And you've got the rings around you. The first ring, and that space inside that ring, is reserved for everybody that you love. Anybody that you say I love you to, that's the only people that can occupy that space. And then you've got the ring outside that, be close friends, maybe training partners, etc. But generally people that you really trust, people that you would talk and maybe turn your back on and not worry about them sucker punching you. Outside that, maybe people in the street, maybe an Amazon guy or something like that. And outside of that final ring is everybody else. All right? So anybody who's approaching you that you don't know, that's when your emotional trigger should get started, and that's when the physical trigger should go off. Does that make sense? So what I saw in that drill that you were doing at the start was some of you working from a boxing platform. So as he was coming in, we were moving around like that. All right? That's not how you move in the street, is it? And walk around, so you're going, oh, like that. You get, all right? Generally walk past somebody or you might stop them. Okay? So all you're going to do with a basic exercise with your partner is, your partner is going to walk towards you like you did at the start. And when you feel the emotional trigger, I don't know this person, and you correlate it with the physical trigger, that's too close for me to be honest. When I feel that, I'm going to bring my hands up to indicate that I'm talking and now I'm giving this person my interest. Got it? It's the first stage. The first thing is I've got you to do, switch on. Put a frame, put a net around you. Cast it quite wide so that anyone that falls into the net, now you're switched on and you're dealing with it. And you already start to bring your hands up and maybe start to bring the voice into it a bit more. You're going to do a drill with your partner. All my partner is going to do is have his hands up. Right, so this basic structure we're utilising is called the fence. Right? It was coined by Jeff Thompson, worked by other people, but essentially it represents me putting a fence up around my house. Right, so that will keep most of the people outside. The most determined type will climb the fence and then get into the house if they want to. But for most people, I need to let them know that they've got to get past this before they can get close to me. And this, people who are skilled with it can just do it with their body language, can do it with their demeanour. You know, they just cast it out. It's like, oh, don't go nowhere. Some people actually need to make it more physical. Right? So be comfortable with that. So my partner's just going to have his fence up. All he's going to do is, this is called the awkward silence drill, and you're going to realise why. Right? All you're going to do is talk shit for 30 seconds, non-stop, whatever about. Right? It could be what your favourite dinner is, what your favourite football team is, and you're going to do it with confidence like you're having a presentation. All right? And of course you're under pressure. Of course you're under pressure because everybody's watching. But I guarantee they'll all feel exactly the same thing. And all you're going to do is monitor me. So I'm going to walk towards you. You might move slightly out of the way, and continue the conversation all the time. You're not going to get the feedback from me at any point. So it's going to get even more awkward for you. All right? So start talking.
How you doing today? You're right. So the weather's not been too good today. I think it's been really cold out there. Sick of this whole COVID thing. Yeah, sick of this whole COVID thing. Wearing a mask all day long. Absolute fucking joke, man. I don't know what this dude's standing in front of me for, just looking like this. Nice style, I'm liking the trainers. Yeah. Oh, I'm done, man. I don't know what else to say.
Right. So there's important lessons in that. And the reason why I get people to do this drill is because, I'll explain later, but the important thing is that you're not getting the feedback that you want. Right? It's a one-sided conversation. Just remember that now. I'll elaborate more. So just do that with your partner. All right? Talk confidently for 30 seconds about whatever you fucking like. And you notice me, I came in, I went out, maybe didn't even give a shit about what he was saying, came back in. I just want to see if he's switched on all the time. Got it? Go. Confidence is key. So if you're the person that doesn't really like maintaining eye contact, maybe that's something you can fix on in a week. Start working on that. So if you're a kind of person that only holds contact for a little bit and then dips away, work on it, right? Because how you can project yourself can really get you quite far. So this is the first step, right? So what I've got you to do, talk bollocks for 30 seconds, and you will all agree it feels awkward, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, what that represents is a one-sided conversation. So and think about a potentially violent confrontation where two people are arguing with each other. He's telling me what's in his mind, I'm telling him what's in my mind. Neither of us are fucking listening to each other. Or maybe I'm trying to reason with him, calm him, and he's not listening. So it's a one-sided conversation, and that's why you're not getting the feedback that you want. So I would put it to you, why bother? Why bother going through that? Because people talk because they're nervous, right? It's easy, you ever been there and you're like, oh, how's the weather? All right, yeah, it's bad, isn't it? And afterwards you're thinking, what am I doing? I don't even like this person, why am I even bothering to talk to him, right? So just be comfortable in the silence. But also, the silence gives you more bandwidth in your brain. Do you understand? You're trying to compute things, you're trying to monitor him, move around, check where he is all the time, and talk. It's fucking confusing. So now do the same drill, but you don't have to talk. Okay? So now you can invade me whenever you like from here. Right? Much easier than me talking bollocks all the time. Of course, you can't be mute. You may need to you may need to start speaking. So the two things you're going to use are command and question, right? Stay there, that's far enough, or what is it, what's it about? Any of you got dogs? Yeah. Pets, right? So you know you can give instructions by tonality. How you say something, the pitch that you say it, and the speed that you say it. So you want to take that and apply it to something like this person here. So think, naughty dog. Bad dog. Hey! Got it? So you might need to go up in stages. So I need to hear that from you. So this is coming in. You all right, mate? Mate, that's far enough. Fucking stay there, you cunt! Got it? Up, up, up. Might not need to do this, all right? But it gets you good. Okay, clear? All right, go.